Good morning, friends. I'm super excited about our lesson today with multiplying fractions with unlike denominators. And our tool today that we're going to use to help us represent those fractions in a visual representation is going to be patty paper. And so through this video today, I'm going to explain to you how we're going to use a patty paper. So then when this video is finished, we're just ready to roll. So our fractions that we're going to be multiplying today is going to be 1/2 times 2/3. And in order to show that with a patty paper, we're going to do 1/2 first. So in order to show 1/2, this is considered our whole. And in order to do 1/2, we're going to fold it in half. Okay. So then we have our two parts of our whole. And we're going to draw our line to represent our two equal pieces that we have. Okay. And in order to represent our 1/2, we are going to shade it with a crayon. And we need to remember during this lesson that we need to use crayons that are dark so that they show up on our patty paper. So now I'm going to shade in our 1/2 of our whole. And one thing else that we remember when we're doing our shading, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be lines just like I did. As long as we can see that 1/2 of our whole is shaded, then we're perfect. Okay. So there's a 1/2, and just like when we were doing adding and subtracting fractions, how one fraction went vertical and one went horizontal, that's the same thing. So if our 1/2 is going vertical, then our 1/3 or our 2/3 is going to be going horizontal. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and fold our patty paper in 2/3. Okay. Then when we open back up, we have our thirds. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and draw those lines in, so we can see those so I see our third lines perfectly. And now in order to shade our 2/3 part, we're going to use a green crayon. Okay, and we're going to shade this line and this line in order to represent 2/3. Remember, we got to be super careful with our patty paper because it is so thin, and we need to be gentle with it. Okay, so now we have our 2/3 represented here. And when we look at our patty paper as a whole, when we look for our new common denominator, it's how many total pieces we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is our new common denominator. In order to find our numerator from our multiplication of 1/2 and 2/3, we look for our pieces that have both colors overlapping. So we have 1 and 2. Both pieces have the green and orange overlapping. So in the corner of our paper, we're going to write our fraction, 1/2 times 2/3 equals 6. Okay, so we have our 1/2 here and then our 2/3 here. And when they overlap, we get 2 pieces out of the 6 for our answer for our multiplication problem. All right, friends, now it's time to try one together.